air conditioner, 45 degrees. Yeah. Air conditioner. Nothing else to do. It won't be 45 here though. Surely. Surely not. But anyway, welcome in. Yes, Flight Sim. Texas. Star. Little. Hello. Welcome in. Is it actually going to be 45 where you are? Jump in an ice bath. That might be a good idea. Yeah, I'm just going to make sure the audio devices are working and we're all good. Oh, yeah. Actually, I won't be able to check it until I switch scenes. Anyway. So, Flight Sim. This was voted as a game that you guys wanted me to play on the Discord server. So this is one of the two this week. So today is Flight Sim. Later on in the week is going to be GTA Online. I can see it being maybe a bit boring towards later on in the stream when we're like mid-flight or something. Can I actually not see those alert messages? 35 stream streaks. I can't see the stream streaks. What rubbish. Okay, I'll move that over there. Caesar, thank you for the resub. Yeah, I can't see all that. And yeah, you can track this flight using Volanta. I am using the Volanta tracker. Anyway, I think that's about it. Yo, how's it going, Storm? It's going good. We're about to take a bit of a flight. So mid-flight, I might go AFK, do some things. I mean, that's what I normally do in the middle of a flight. But we'll see. It's going to be dark flight. I've actually set the time to something different. So we're not flying in the middle of the night. So, yeah. I didn't want to do a night flight. Hello. Currently, it's in between 8:30 a.m. and 9 a.m. I've set that in game. Not in real life. In real life, it's about 3:30 in the morning in Sydney. So we're not flying in the middle of the night. Well, this is what we're going to be using. I need to get the controller connected because I use a controller for this. I don't play this game enough to warrant having an actual joystick, or a yoke or whatever. I just use the controller. What's my audio devices? Are all working? Let's open. Let's actually open up the game. Oh, imagine. Oh my god. Yeah, that's one thing I kind of dislike about this game is that if I don't actually tab out and I click over to a different app, it might just scroll when I'm scrolling. It's a bit annoying. Okay, it's on ETS2 audio, so that's all good. This is the 2020 version. I don't play the 2024 version. So that's something. The game's running fine, so. Though more people are playing it on Twitch, playing 2024 on Twitch than the 2020 version, so I'm guessing the 2024 version's all good and up and running, no bugs, none of that. I hope. Because I think next time we might give that a try. But anyway, because I do use mods. This here is a modded version of Sydney's airport. So over there you've got the Qantas hangar and all that. You got, what was this one, terminal? Whatever terminal Jetstar's at Sydney. This is where the Jetstar flights generally are, taking off, or they're departing and arriving at this terminal. Hello, David. Welcome in. So we're just getting started at the moment. This is the fly-by-wire A320 Neo. I mean, it's probably not the most realistic aircraft. It's probably one of the more simple ones to fly, though. Casing. Oh, right. That'd be nice. Do we have a registration number on the side of this aircraft? I don't think we do. Anyway, we get the plane started. The battery's on. Bing, 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 bing. Sometimes it, maybe it changes with the update. Sometimes when you turn the batteries on, these two screens will turn on and these ones won't. I guess it changed. I think with the latest update, it like all this probably does work with 2024. It's 2026. You know, 2024 version should be working fine. I'd be hoping. Do that. Shouldn't take too long to get those calibrated. Don't need that. Don't need that. Set that to auto. Don't need that, and that needs to be on. Yeah, it's already doing its thing. So basically, when you get your computer back, you're going to install a new SSD in it. Don't break the computer. You don't want to do that. Anyway, so this is going to be a proper flight, in case anyone is interested. We're going to try and do it as properly as possible. Now, actually, before we get any further into this, I'm just going to make this very clear that I am not a commercial pilot. I am not an actual pilot. I'm not. Is it designated? I'm just going to say that. Not designated to fly one of these things. These are very big, complicated aircrafts. I'm going to get things wrong here. If any of you are actually pilots or very hardcore flight simmers, please don't get angry. I'm probably going to miss something, and it's probably going to involve in this plane plummeting to the ground. No, it's not going to plummet to the ground. I've played this enough. We'll be fine. Anish, I'm going to call you Anish. Welcome in. A-N-S-H. I'll spell out your name. Initialization first. So we are going from Y-S-S-Y to Y-P-A-D. Done. I believe our alternate is YMML. Hey! My favorite airport. Flight number is, was it 762? I need to get the flight plan up, because I actually have a flight plan for this. That would be an idea. Yeah, try not to break it. That would be a great idea. Now, this is where 3 monitors might actually come in handy. But I'm not going to use 3 monitors because I don't have 3 monitors. I can't even fit 3 monitors on this desk. Maybe I'll get a bigger desk at some point. Anyway, we are 762. 762. Let's put that in. Works! Alright. Cost index 10. So 10. And I saw our cruise, which is 38,000. 1 PM UK time that day. Ooh. Yeah, with UK internet, yeah, it probably won't. It's a big game. Alright, what's our block fuel? Actually, it's not too much. So, get the block fuel in. 7.2. Actually, we probably want to do that. We probably want to get the plane refueled because it's gonna need it. Otherwise, we're not gonna get far. No, not dispatch. Where the hell is it? Is it here? It is here. Fuel. It might, you know. It's been a while since they've actually introduced the anti-cheat, so it should probably work now. At least you'd think it would. So what is the actual fuel? 7,201. And then we're going to do real, because by the time we've set up the aircraft and got it ready for takeoff, it'll be fine. This is the air time for this flight is about 2 hours. I think it may be a bit of a long flight, but I mean, there's nothing much like in between here, like all the cities. I mean, I had the option of Melbourne, Canberra, all those cities near Brisbane and Brisbane, but like they're a bit tedious. Why don't we go to Adelaide? You know, the forgotten city. I'm just thinking, is there anything I'm forgetting? There probably is. Because we've got time while the plane refuels. I think we're right. Oh yeah, I need to put the block fuel. I actually need to put the block fuel in, don't I? That would be an idea. So it's just 7.2. Block fuel. There's that. There we go. Flight plan. Now. I gotta look at this because I do actually have a bit of a flight plan here. So our departure is actually direct out of runway 07. I don't know what runway is that. I'm gonna look that up. What runway is 07? How far are we gonna have to taxi? Because we're closest to, was it whatever that runway is? It 36 or is that 18? I can't remember what that runway is, but that's the closest one. And that's not runway 07. I think that one might be there that runs across there. I mean, it's a short runway, but we'd be able to do it. Let's check. It's 16. It runs the same... what do we call it? It's the same numbers as Melbourne Airport runways. Strange. I thought they were different. Actually, yeah, that one that runs across is 07, which makes sense. Alright. Here we go. So we're gonna go 07, runway 07 is fine. It's not going to be a long taxi. I'm not going to contest it. So 07. Direct. Melody, solo, public, or private. Oh, sad. Yeah, I'm good. I am good. Hello, Gomel. Welcome in. Isn't on stand. Ooh. You use Epic or something, or the Rockstar launcher. So set because we're going direct. Okay, I need to get the actual flight plan in. So I've got all these. Cat. So interesting. Was it gonna... Is just gonna put it there? No, actually, I don't want that after T-cell, so that might not be a good place to put it. Unless... No, it's moved. Well, I thought it put itself there. Maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe I am, maybe I aren't. Anyway, I'm really not feeling this song today. Now, that song can get on my nerves sometimes. I know how to fly? I do. I've done many hours, but I don't play it often now. Good night, though. Yes. No, Vatsim. No. Though Vatsim would be quite entertaining. No, we're not doing that today. What's out next? Wait. I mean, the longer I sit here, the longer it takes for us to get into the air, and that's means the longer the stream is. Okay, so it just recalibrates it, or what the hell does it do? I have no clue what it's doing. Bunch of flight plan discontinuities. It's gonna be fun. I'll clear them all. What's this one? CWR. So that's a airport that we're flying over there. We are 34 south, because that's the latitude of New South Wales. Heading to bed. All right. Have a good sleep. Yeah. I tried Vatsim like once, but never again. It's quite an experience, and for someone that's more casual than hardcore, it's not really for me. Lime's gonna inspect. He's gonna inspect what I've been doing here. Well. Oh, right. I'm just gonna clear all these. Go for your flight plan discontinuities. Where are you going? Don't run away from me. There we go. So it is working. Have I got DLSS on? I definitely do. Can I clear that one? I can. Is that it? That's two. Or if I just butcher this and this is just going straight through them all because it doesn't know what it's doing. Yeah, it does have a tablet on the left. Okay. Actually, I should be able to... Yeah, import my... No username or ID supplied. Well, I'm not going to be doing that on the stream. No one's stealing my account. That's what I was thinking. I don't know how we do that though, because it's not something I do usually. But yes, admin flying. Admin's completely messed up the thing here, I think. Map partially displayed. I don't know what it means by that. Oh, so I just gotta put in the username? What's my username? That, yeah. No. Yeah, we're just not gonna do that. My username is something interesting. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. I'll change it to the string. Yeah, it's not like Valanta where my username is actually the same. Alright. Alright. Let's just keep doing this. I don't know. We didn't get this waypoint in. I've been distracted. And this is just going through them all. I don't remember it ever doing this. Or maybe it's just confused. I don't know. I don't know. I'm confused on what it's doing. Lemon. I may have actually broke it. Lemon, help. Yeah. I broke the aircraft. I don't know, it doesn't normally do that. It's weird. I'll try removing a waypoint that I think is of concern. And actually, that one. Actually, I think it might be that. Because that's getting added and removed. Oh, yeah. Wait, is it stopping? I think I got rid of the waypoint of concern that was causing that. I think I did. Right. Yeah, those two waypoints can just stay away. Welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator, where things just break for some reason. Alright, that's the next one. Let's hope that the next waypoint doesn't break it. Where's it? Oh my god, I'm not thinking at the moment. Not that I think a lot. Oh, we're flying over Mildura. How nice. It was like 50 degrees the other day. Please don't break. Those two are basically the same thing. We'll just use the one on the top. Am I reading that correctly? I am. Just make sure we don't put in the wrong waypoint. That's right. New waypoint. Actually, do I have to let it along all the, It does not. I have no clue what all that is then. Oh, that means top of descent. Okay, let's not. Yeah, let's not worry about that. That's not a waypoint. Of course, I'd try and put that in. Everything else was a waypoint. I made sure of that. Yeah, 100%. Top of climb. Oh, okay. TOC is top of climb. No wonder there were issues happening before. Okay. I am nub. Alright, that's fine. We'll go and... Arrival. What's our arrival? Runway 12. Direct in. Alright. What is runway 12? I thought they only had run one way. What is that runway? Have a look. Let's use... I'm using Google Maps to see what the runway is like. Hello, Adelaide. That's going to end up being it. 12 right there. Ooh. Guys, we're going to have a rough landing, but that's normal for Jetstar anyway. Could this plane really land on that though? I think I could actually, yeah, I think I could do that. I think I'd be able to do that. I've got to be confident. I think I could do that. We might end up with an interesting landing, but I think I can do that. Let's get rid of that. So, wait, hold on. Erase. Let's try that again. Do we have ILS for runway 12? No, we don't. We're not. Oh, it's not even going to be an ILS landing. And it's a direct one. So, no star. None of that. Set. And we're done. We're just going to make sure that flight plan looks all good. And that the... yeah, get rid of discontinuity. And same as that one. Just so that the autopilot doesn't scream and disconnect mid-flight. What the hell are you talking about? Could it potentially be that? That's a bit of a turn, but we'll be right. My controller's just turned off because we've taken so long. Alright. I think we're right. Now, I'm not using ATC at all, so we're not going to request anything. We're just going to go straight to taxi. I need ATIS though. You just grab ATIS from here. Alright, it's all good. Pop the that in. And for Volanta, I'm going to go and put the flight plan in now. That's as easy as doing that. So, towns that we are probably going to be flying over looks to be... Actually, we're flying over Penrith, Cowra, Griffith, Mildura, and whatever smaller towns that aren't on this map, on this list. So we will see if we can spot them throughout the flight. Anyway, we should be right for taxi. Actually, we just gotta... So we're right on fuel. I might go and turn off the LSS. It turns itself on every single time, and I hate it. That it might kill stream if I do that. What's this? Super resolution? Go away. Off. None of that. Black screen. Works. Yeah, less FPS, but I mean, it looks a lot better with just using raw power. I like this. Alright. I think we're ready. I'm not gonna sit here and do the whole jet bridge, you know, and everything with the plane and all that. What we're gonna do is we are going to start up the APU now. Wait for the valve to open. Admin without wings. Admin got wings today. Well, we're not flying yet, but should be flying soon. I mean, idea to put on the fuel pumps. APU should roar to life. It is. So we're scheduled for 9:30. What time is it in? Yeah, real time? I'm trying to get the time. Was it 10:33? I think we are running late because we were supposed to depart at 10:30 UTC. Because 10:30 UTC is 9:30 for us here. So we are running late. We were supposed to depart at 9:30. Melody, hello, welcome in. Actually, I haven't been checking the YouTube chat. Oh, yeah, nothing's been said, so we're all good. Alright, so APU should be running. The APU bleeds on. External power turn off. Turn these on. Pretend we've got passengers back there. We might want to do performance. Actually, I gotta use. I haven't actually set all the performance stuff up yet. So if I go on to SimBrief. Where is it? It's usually a spot where I can, yeah, that's right, takeoff performance, that's what we want to check. Alright, and... Right. So flaps are going to be up 1, which, what a surprise. 68, flex the temp. Transition is 10,000. One 134, 134, and 135. Is that actually realistic, or am I going crazy there? Oh, we'll put it in. That's the numbers that it's given me, and it's the stuff. It's all the same stuff that SimBrief's given me, so should be right. Plane might crash and burn, but we will be right. Alright. Now that we've got that in, we can go and push back. Start engines. We're about to fly. Alright. Push back systems on. Cool tug. We want to put the beacon on because we're about to start engines.
Flight attendants, arm doors, and cross-check.
Oh yeah, we got that. That plays in the background on this plane. Ignition start. Start engine 2 first. Tug is attached. Parking brake off. And it's a bit of a jittery start.
Once again, we'd like to welcome you on board. Your safety is our top priority, so we appreciate the use of your attention while we demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft. You can follow along with safety information.
Airports looks so good.
Please fasten your seatbelt and insert the flat metal edge into the buckle.
Yeah, Adelaide Airport's not going to look like this because I don't have a thing for it. So direction that way. Alright, so we're not going to need that up anymore. It's, yeah, it is tedious. It can be. We're getting to the runway. We'll be there very soon. We're a bit late as well. We're about 7 minutes late on departure. Actually, you know what? That's good for Jetstar. Jetstar, and we have so butchered this. Actually, no, I was supposed to do this one. Yep, that'll do. I can brake on. Disconnect the tug. That's fine. We're not like we're not really lined up with the the taxiway, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Alright, engine 2 is on and running. We'll do engine 1. Oh no, this is pretty good for Jetstar. Only a few minute delay. There's a Coca-Cola vending machine over there. Out of everything, I just see that in the distance. Now, one thing I've noticed in my travels in real life is that some airlines actually don't start the second engine until they're at the runway. I don't see that happening here in Australia, or at least I haven't noticed it here. Maybe it's an emissions thing, but I think I mainly saw it when I was in Europe. But I swear, if I was to do that, I swear I'd probably forget to turn the engine on, like the second engine on. And I'd try and take off with only one engine, and that would not end very well. Alright, should be right taxi. Rev up the engines a little bit. Yeah, I don't have waypoints or anything, but I know how to get to runway 07. Big airport, so I may get lost. Nah, I shouldn't get lost. Not gonna lie, it does look like summer in game right now, which is good. It is summer in real life. So the grass is all dead, everything looks dead. That's what an Australian summer looks like. Alright. Go right. I think. I hope. Because obviously without having ATS on, it can be a bit... Actually, yeah, right. And then we take a left and go up that taxiway on the left there. Ooh, we got to cross the main runway. This is where all the big planes come in and land and take off, which I don't think there's any coming and taking off at the moment, so we are good to cross. Actually, I don't think we've got like red lights or anything, do we? So I know some airports, they'll have like a little red light on the taxiway, well, before you enter a runway. It'll go, well, they'll turn on if it's not clear to enter. Or at least something there that'll say, no, do not enter. That will end in disaster if you enter the runway. Please don't enter. It's not something that's going to stop the pilots, but it's something that'll say, hey, it's unsafe. There's an A380 over there. Qantas A380. I don't know if that's actually an aircraft or... That A380 over there does not have its landing gear down. That poor A380. That's, yeah, that doesn't look too good. I think I could possibly speed up the simulation time, but it's only if I'm getting like really bored. Alright, we are clear there, and it's only going to be this direction that the runway is running in. Makes sense. Alright, guys ready? We're about to take off. I'm scared. There we go. Whoa, bit of crosswing. That's loud. What? Landing gear not down. I'm taking off. Shut up. Plane's yelling at me, landing gear not down. And then what's it yelling at for me now? I don't know. Stupid things, okay. Stop yelling at me. There's actually a bit of turbulence, I can feel it. Start making a left turn. We're actually going to see Sydney. Alright, over there. Christian, hello, welcome in. We've just taken off right now. The plane is yelling at me. It's not happy. But it'll probably start yelling at me hopefully soon. Set the autopilot soon. Alright, there we go. Why is plane mad? I don't know. Plane was mad. I think autopilot should stop it. It's now descending. We don't want that. We want to climb. So I'll just set to 20,000 for now and start getting that plane climbing. Then we want to set auto throttle. Set that to 250. And then we want to set the thrust levers to climb. Oh, flaps. That might be something we want to turn off then. It's okay, my foot hurts, but it's not too bad. It'll get better eventually. Oh. Yeah, hopefully it gets better quicker, rather than taking forever. With me, whenever I'm feeling unwell or something, let me tell you, I will be feeling it for a good couple of weeks. So staying healthy is a very important thing for me. Alright, we are in the air. We are cruising. I can barely hear the music. I'm going to go turn the audio down playing for me. Steel Series. Down a little bit. That won't adjust the audio for you guys though. What's the estimated flight time? Well, it's actually gone off of real life time, so it's actually got us off blocks at 4:04 a.m. and it's scheduled for 9:30 a.m. So that's a bit off, but yeah, we are live on Volanta, climbing right now. We're not over Penrith, but that's going to be the next place we're going to be flying over, which is technically a part of Sydney. Should probably go and have a look. Oh, racetrack down there. I've driven on that motorway. That is the M5. Very nice motorway. I honestly, I hate the Sydney drivers. I do not have good memories of driving on that motorway. I recognise the horse racing track there. Sydney's all the way back there now. Yep, we're climbing. We're over 10,000 now, so we're going to start speeding this up. Set that to standard. Speed this up to 300 knots, and then it'll automatically set a speed when we get to cruising altitude. Which I might set the just set it to cruising altitude, and then set that back to there. Shut up. What is it actually telling me? Oh, nothing that's important. Okay. And then we'll turn off that. I'll never turn on the runway lights, so that's fine. Don't need them on. We can turn that off. Alright. Let's get chat back open. Badly twisted your ankle. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah, that's not good at all. Yeah, I hope you do feel better soon. I remember when I twisted my ankle, it was not good. Oh, that over there, to our left. That there is the new Sydney Airport. That's Sydney West International. Still not built yet. That's what it looks like right. Oh, I think it actually looks a bit more complete now, but that's what it looked like probably about a year or two ago. So they've got, I completely forgot what that highway is going past it, but they're going to be turning that into a motorway, I believe, to cater for this new airport being built here. I believe it'll probably be added in the 2024 version of Microsoft Flight Simulator at some point, but at the moment it is not in. I believe we're still flying alongside the M5, which is the western. Yeah, we are. The motorway ends here as we head into the Blue Mountains. Penrith should be near us. Yeah, we're flying over Penrith right now. Now, Western Sydney is a very interesting place to live. For those who are locals, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's not a place you really want to be. But when I drove on this motorway, my first experience of driving on this motorway was someone sitting in the right lane. We drive on the left in Australia. They were sitting in the right lane. It was actually right about here where the motorway starts. They were sitting in the right lane, 3 lanes of traffic, not overtaking anything. So, Sydney drivers. Our estimated arrival time is actually 6:20 in the morning. We might see sunlight out my window by the time this thing lands. Now, if anyone is curious, these towns up here in the Blue Mountains, I've driven along this road. These towns, it snows here in winter because of the high elevation. So, yes, snow in Australia. It'd be interesting living up here, though. I don't think I would. Little airstrip over there. That's not where I'm thinking. No, that's a different town, isn't it? I'm trying to think what town that is. Is that what I think it is? Oh, it is, yeah, it's a Katoomba. It's a large town up here. And then off to our right there is Lithgow. I think. I might be wrong. Oh, yeah, scrolling in on something. I clicked off of you. There you go. No, Blackheath. Where is... Let's go. Oh, it's a bit further off to there. That's probably somewhere over there. Somewhere out there. Let's go Bathurst, all that over there. Somewhere. Yes, we are flying. Oh, it's got autopilot. We've got autopilot on now. It's climbing up to our cruising altitude. We're just having a look at the sights down there. We're looking at areas that I have been. Yeah, this highway going to the mountains, very fun highway. Oh, I really hate it when I tab out and you know, and I scroll somewhere, like somewhere else, and it just thinks I'm scrolling in Flight Sim. Yeah, some places, like some spots on this highway, it's 40 kilometers an hour, the speed limit, with speed cameras. Going downhill. Not fun. I don't know how I didn't get a speeding fine. No, they were point-to-point sort of things. Encoding overloaded. I don't think we had any issues there, but that was on alert. What am I playing on? Do you mean what system I'm playing on? I'm playing on a PC. Or like, where are we going? Or is it a plane? We're missing a bit of land over there. This is an A320neo. We're flying a Jetstar plane. Are my textures missing on this aircraft? Or am I going crazy? No, I think I'm just going crazy. Because usually if textures are missing, it show purple things. And that just means I need to update the liveries. Now, I have no clue where we're flying over now. I don't remember all this, but we're over the mountains now. We're heading into plains areas. Yeah, this A320neo Jetstar. Jetstar is a budget airline in Australia that's owned by Qantas. Well, the Australian version is owned by Qantas. Jetstar is also known in other countries. I've seen Jetstar in Asia, or Southeast Asia. Oh no, I'm playing on controller. I don't play the game enough to really warrant getting, you know, a joystick or a yoke or whatever. Yeah, I've seen Jetstar Southeast Asia around there, and I've seen Jetstar in Japan, but I don't know if they're still operating in Japan now. I thought I think I heard something about them closing. Anyway. But Jetstar is not known to be a good airline. What would I compare Jetstar to? Would I compare it to EasyJet or Ryanair? I think I'd actually compare them more to Ryanair than anything else. I've never tried to play this on a keyboard. I don't think I'd want to. It's just one of those things I don't think I would want to. If you know what I mean. We've got a few locations to fly over. We're getting close to our cruising altitude. Or closer. Off to our right is going to be Bathurst. So we'll have a look. I don't know if we're going to be able to see it though. Can I spot Bathurst? That it there? Yeah, that's Bathurst. Because we got it's technically two towns connected together. I'd call that more of a suburb than anything, but that is Bathurst there. Mount Panorama, I believe, is right there. I think. Or that might be Orange and I'm looking at the wrong town. Yes, there is a town named Orange out here. Actually, I think that's a bit further away, so that would be Bathurst that we're looking at. Next, we're flying over Cowra. Oh, yeah, I remember where that is. I stopped there to get KFC on the way to Bathurst last year. There were like tourists in this plane. But that's basically what planes are filled with, except we're actually flying the plane. Well, no, the computer is flying the plane at the moment because we just got autopilot on. If we get a long distance between two locations, I will probably go AFK for a little bit. There's a little screen I've got that I created like out of like very quickly. It's like, oh, I need a separate scene for when I go AFK, because like if the flight gets a bit tedious, I'm not going to be wanting to sit here all day. So I wonder what our next destination. Oh yeah, it is Cowra. We've got a bit of a distance to go. I'm just going to check Discord. There's nothing else to really do until we get close enough to descend. And we'll get a little thing, little audio thing, when we get to the cruising altitude. Estimated arrival is 6:17, so we've got less than 2 hours left. Actually, I wonder if we could see Canberra to our left. Doubt it. Canberra would be a bit far away. Yeah, at this altitude you can't really see that much. Like, it's all like small little areas. You gotta really look to try and see them. War Sniper, thank you for the sub. I don't know where the alert was. Where are my alerts? What happened to my alerts? Oh wait, thank you for the sub. Thank you very, very much. At least it comes up in the chat. Alert broke, yeah. I'm gonna test them. So, let's just check. Check. What's going on here, Stream Elements? Do I need to bonk them? Yeah. Connect. Come on. Alright, alerts. Alright. Emulate. Okay, okay. That's not a real follow, by the way. So, they're working. Are the subs working? They are. What the hell? Oh, it's like Nightblock knows that I was talking about subs there. Oh, either way, thank you for the sub. I just don't know why. I just don't know why it didn't work. Oh yeah, there's some good follows there. There's ways of resetting that. Well, if we go to the BRB screen, it'll turn off the all the overlays, and then if we go back to live screen, should refresh. There we go. So there's the real latest follower and latest subscriber up there. So we'll keep it as that. You're immune? Maybe, maybe. Maybe you are. Come on. Oh, we are coming up to Cara. So we'll be able to see that town. Oh. We're at our cruising altitude. 38,000 feet.
Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating to the front galley where the flight deck door is located. Thank you.
Alright. So, it should be like right ahead of us. I think that's the town right there. Actually, what's that? Oh, is that it? No, that's it right there. That looks like a regional city. I do recognise the layout of the city a bit more. The KFC would be right about there. Around there, the KFC is. Some nice. It was actually pretty good. They're a little busy, but it's actually a pretty small KFC, really. They were pretty quick and efficient. That was actually good. Next. So what's that? On to our left should be Young. There's a town called Young off to our left. That's not it there. That's a different small town that no one cares about. That'd probably be it down there. Which makes sense. Can we see it? Yeah, we can just. That'd be it just over there. They were a bit far away to actually be able to, you know, make out what all of it is. Now, there's another town there. It looks relatively decent size, but it's not on the map. Probably have a look and see what it is. Yeah, we'll open up the map. Where are we? Grenfell. Okay, I know that town. I know that town. I stopped there. It was actually pretty warm on the day that I was there. It was nice weather. I think we're about to fly over it, like right over it. So we are sort of heading towards the desert at this point. We're not going to be flying like far into the outback, but we're going to be going over some really rural areas. We're not really over any rural, like really rural areas. It's still pretty populated, you know. Decent sized towns out here. Some regional cities. Yeah, we're a bit bland. There's not too much out here, but yeah, it's a decent sized town. Had a few things. There's no, you don't have all the perks you get in the city. You know, you'll have a, I think you'll probably have like a convenience store. Like even the small towns have like small convenience stores now. You have a small grocery store, a couple of other things, cafe, and all that, and a couple of pubs. That'd be about it. You don't get a McDonald's or anything like that in these towns. You don't get that luxury. This here, no. This one, it'd be getting close to it because we are heading out towards the desert. But this here is still pretty populated because there's actually a few regional cities, yeah, this way that we flew over. Got Bathurst, Orange, Young, all that. They're pretty large places. And we've got another couple of cities up this way that we're going to be flying over soon. They're pretty large towns as well. So it's not going to be fully rural. But like middle of nowhere is going to be like proper outback, Northern Territory, like out near Alice Springs. That'll be absolutely nothing. But yeah, we're not flying that far out. We're only going to Adelaide. Adelaide in itself is pretty much in the middle of nowhere, though. So the big cities from here, Sydney is, at this point, it'd be about maybe a 4-hour drive in that direction. Melbourne, where are we? So we are there. Maybe 6-7 hours in that direction drive. Adelaide, you'd be driving probably for lots of hours. I don't even know how long it'd be. It'd be out that direction, which is the direction we're heading in, or around the direction we're heading in. Brisbane and all that would be up there. That'd be another long drive, and then you've got all the other cities. Perth is like probably more than a day out this way as well. But all out here, you've got all the regional cities. You know, the places that people generally don't care about if they're from overseas. You know, in different countries. You know, the rural cities, the only tourists that they get are generally other Aussies. So, I do see overseas tourists around here sometimes. It's not often, but I do see them. You know, if they do want to do the old-fashioned Aussie road trip. The only issue I have with people, like tourists from overseas doing that, is that a lot of them probably underestimate, you know, the dangers of doing something like that if they go really rural. Like, let's say they go from Adelaide to Perth, that road, I think it's the longest road without any turns. So, yeah, fatigue is a big thing on that road, and then you've also got the Stewart Highway heading north. You've got absolutely nothing out there, and tourists from overseas, you know, they do that. They do those road trips. And at this time of year, you gotta be prepared. you got to be prepared for a breakdown as well, because it's so hot out there. I'll have a look at what temperatures it's going to be out there today, but like the weather we've had over the past week, you know, car breakdowns are going to be a big thing. Yeah, it's a mega country. It is somewhere that people do want to go. Like, there's so much here to see. Oh yeah, money doesn't grow on trees. Well, in all honesty, as someone that lives here, I don't want to live here. I mean, it's good to visit, but the way the country's being run at the moment, I'm not a big fan of staying here. But as you say, money doesn't grow on trees, and really, I don't want to leave everything behind. Everything I know is here, including family. If there was nothing holding me back, I'd probably move though. Yeah, but I don't mind it that much. You know, I complain about it, but I know that there's people out there that have bigger problems in their countries than we do here. So yeah, we're all good. We're all good here. It's not like we're the state of our neighbours across the Pacific Ocean there. They've got bigger issues than us at the moment. Actually, we're coming up. What's next? What's on our right? West Wyalong. Ooh. Just trying to think. I don't think I went through there, did I? Actually, I did. It was at the Midwestern Highway. Oh, okay. I got a story here. That's actually a decent sized town. Once we get to it. Is that it there? Oh, that is it there. So this highway here, it's a very rural highway. It's the Newell Highway that runs through New South Wales. And I believe it actually goes straight down towards Shepparton and all that in Victoria, so it's a very long highway. Anyway, I was driving along it. It's a 110 zone. I'm probably doing about 120. When I get to about here, I see the signs that say average speed camera ahead. Me knowing that I was damn well speeding for the most of the time I was on this highway, I shat myself when I saw that sign. I was like, oh no, here we go. But I only had joined the highway from probably up here somewhere. I didn't actually join it from wherever the point-to-point speed camera had started, so I actually didn't get done. So yeah, when I joined the highway, I saw a lot of speed cameras, but they actually weren't the point-to-points. They were just average, they were just normal speed cameras with phone detection, all that sort of stuff. I forgot what they're called in New South Wales. They're called something, but I saw them just south of the New South Wales Queensland state line on the Pacific Motorway. Was it earlier this month when I was up there? Now we're starting to get a bit more rural. Like out here there isn't too much. You'll have smaller towns like that out here. Ooh, what did I do? Oh, I accidentally clicked on that. Let's not do that. That was an accident. I can just go and click off the game whenever I want. It's one of those games. Alright. Did we not get that waypoint in? I think we're missing a waypoint because we are going slightly off of the flight path, but it's not a major issue anyway. Actually, we are running pretty much going alongside the highway that took me to Griffith soon, so that'll be something. Yeah, there's not really much out here. We'll probably go AFK in a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see. If it gets a bit tedious, I'll go AFK for a little bit. But it seems like I have stories for every town we're flying over right now, so it's good. Why does the emoji look different on my stream chat than what it comes up as on the Twitch chat overlay? Strange. Anyway, how long have we got left of this flight? Estimated arrival 6:13, so it's getting... Yeah, estimated arrival is getting closer and closer, and earlier and earlier. 6:13, so... I think we've got about an hour and a half left of this flight. And that's including the descent phase and landing, and I think taxiing as well. So, let's see. Actually, under statistics, yeah, airtime remaining is 57 minutes. So we're not that far from Adelaide. So I might keep that on their statistics. So our ground speed right now is 433 knots. Nautical miles remaining is 417. Estimated arrival... Oh! Estimated... Oh, it was confusing me. No, that's their local time, because they're like half an hour behind us. So, that's interesting. That's 5:13 local. Confusing. Because it doesn't really add up, but yeah. I'm not squawking really anything, I'm squawking 1200. I didn't even change that. Yeah. Yep, we're just cruising along at the moment. We're coming up to a city very soon. I might be able to see it outside in a minute. Actually, yeah, I think I can see some of them. I think that's it there. I think it is. It looks familiar. So there's a bit more farmland out this way, I've noticed. So over there, I believe we've got Leeton, New South Wales, and we've got Griffith, New South Wales. They don't look that far apart, but let me tell you, it is a 40-minute drive between the two towns. On maps, it really doesn't look that far, but it is a 40-minute drive between them two. On the way to Bathurst, I stayed there at a little motor inn, like just a little motel. It was alright. Yeah, it was where I noticed that my car was louder than normal, which will lead into the next part of that story. So, it made it. The car made it all the way to Bathurst, back and forth from Lithgow and Bathurst, constantly on that highway, up and down hills and all that, into Sydney, out of Sydney. Then when I'm coming back, I get to Griffith, which is this town right here. And actually, you can see. I can see where it happened. Let's zoom out a little bit. There's a little. So there's that little hill or mountain or whatever there. It's a lookout spot. You got a road that runs along there. I think that might be the lookout around there. I parked up there. Got the actual photo on my Discord account of the car in like a dirt area was taken right around here, and it's this spot, and that is the spot where the car lost its exhaust completely. The exhaust completely fell off the manifold. So I go to start the car, and then all of a sudden I get the biggest fright ever. It was super loud. Oh my god. It was the loudest I ever heard the car. And I was like, yeah, I'm not driving this. Because, and rightfully so, because the exhaust was hanging off, pretty much. Oh, and they got a little airport down there. I didn't know about that. Actually, I think I saw it, but I never really paid much attention to it. Anyway, got the car towed into town and got it fixed, well, patched. It was attached with welding. When we got it there. And then I made it home. After I got it back the next day, I went home the day after. And that leads into the next story. The highway. But I think we might leave that to Hay, which we'll be coming up to very soon. Where's Hay? There. So we don't go too much further. You know, I didn't think that going from Sydney to Adelaide I'd have so many stories, but it sort of makes sense because we are going along the highway that gets you from these, you know, rural cities and towns all the way to Adelaide, so it sort of makes sense. The Sturt Highway goes all the way from New South Wales into Adelaide. So, yeah, it's actually getting cold in here. I had the air conditioner going, because it was like really hot today. Actually, what were we gonna? Oh yeah, I was gonna check weather, because we were talking about cars breaking down in the heat. So weather here today is 40 degrees max. Fun. Alright, so we were talking about tourists going out into countryside, like really rural, like the desert and all that, which we're actually heading towards right now. We're not going to be flying that deep into it, but just a little bit over it. Right now it's 4:53 in the morning. Actually, it was at Northern Territory. They're an hour and a half behind, I believe. So 3:23. I think. Because they don't follow daylight savings. I think it's 3:23 there. And it is currently 30.4 degrees. And the maximum today is going to be 42 degrees. But this is their weather for the next week, which is, I mean, it's actually not as bad as what I thought it'd be. But 42, 43, 40, 39, 37, 37, 37. They don't get a break from the heat, because they are like right in the middle of the desert. So, yeah. So, tourists, tourists do die out there. So if any of you do think about or thinking about, going on a road trip up there, coming over to Australia, doing road trips up there, just be prepared. It's not like, driving in Europe or something like that. It's a whole new at this time of year, it can be dangerous. But if you go during our winter months, I think Alice Springs in our winter months averages around the mid-20s, because it's a desert, so it's going to be warm. Or at least the low 20s. But even then, if you go to Alice Springs, just be careful. There's a lot of crime there. Anyway, where are we coming up to? We're coming up to Hay very soon. I think after Hay, I might go AFK for a little bit, because I don't think we're gonna have much. I mean, there's Swan Hill that's a bit off to our left, but that's too far away to be able to see that. And I think the next after Hay is going to be Robinvale and Mildura, which is a bit of a distance, so there'll be nothing to really talk about. They'll let me get a drink and something like that, and yeah. Then when I come back, we'll be pretty much thinking about, descending into Adelaide. So fuel at the moment, we definitely have enough fuel to get to Adelaide. We'll be right. Just cruising along. We have 346 nautical miles remaining, so not that far. Estimated airtime is 48 minutes. We'll probably just start descending at around the half an hour mark. Depends on where our D cell is. Where is our D cell? I should probably check the flight plan. That would be an idea. The flight plan will tell me where the D cell is. So our top of descent is there. But that's set for our altitude being at flight level 200, or 20,000 feet. Which, that's not what we're going to be flying at. I don't know why it's set like that. Strange. We'll make our top of descent that waypoint there. That should be right. Yeah, that gives us plenty of time to descend into Adelaide. Yeah, and our approaching is pretty simple, so we should be right. There's a plane. I don't know if we are going to be able to see Hay from where we're flying. We'll look over and see. Actually, yeah, that's it over there, I believe. There's a few, places around. Actually, yeah, we are starting to fly over desert right now. You can see it. Well, I don't know if the locals would call this desert, because really it is like barely a desert. But the further you go out this way, the more like a desert it is going to be. But that is Hay out there. Yes, it's a town called Hay. So the day I was going to go home, I was going to go back on the same highway, which there's a river that goes along there. The highway goes on the other side of the river to the actual town. So the highway's about there. When I wanted to go home, the GPS, I checked Waze. I set, a GPS destination, and it was gonna take me on back roads and avoid the highway. And I was like, why? Why is it gonna do that? So I looked up, and the night before, apparently, 2 trucks decided it was a good idea to meet head on. Big, massive crash on the highway. closed it off for I think a good 2 days, just to clear it up. Now, this is one of the main highways, and I believe it's actually the main highway from Sydney to Adelaide. So it's a busy highway, and you're going to be putting you're going to be getting the traffic from that highway, that busy highway, and taking them on the country roads. I did not want to deal with that. I don't care if I have to drive, let's say an extra hour. I'm going to be going on a highway where I could travel at higher speed and just cruise along. I don't want to have to be dealing with Australian drivers, because I'm going to say it now, Australian drivers, they are horrible. I hate them. I hate Queensland drivers even more than Victorian drivers, but that's a given. They don't know how to drive on motorways. Neither do Sydney drivers either. What is that down there? Is that a road? Is that a train line? Probably is a train line. Like for cargo trains and all that down there. But you can see a few like little dirt roads and all that down there. Very rural now. Now, do we have like an estimate on how long we're gonna get? How long it's gonna take to get us to Mildura or Robinvale? Oh, we're probably not gonna even see Robinvale. I have a really old story at Robinvale and Mildura. I've been everywhere in this country, so actually, I think our flight plan on here might give us an idea. Should actually, or there. Where is it there? Oh, yeah, that's the waypoint that we're heading to. 21 nautical miles. I'll wait until we get to that waypoint. Though, far away? Yeah, we're not too far. Like, yeah, 21 nautical miles. So if that's 20 nautical miles there, 40, 60, 80. I'm gonna take an estimate that it's about 80 nautical miles between this waypoint and Mildura that we're coming up to now. So it's gonna be a bit of a distance. We are actually pretty much halfway through the flight. We got 42 minutes until landing. That's an estimate, but we are going to start descending well before that, of course. We have been in the air for 50 minutes. Right, I'm going to go AFK for a little bit. I've got a little overlay. No webcam though, so you don't get to see the webcam, but it allows you guys to see the flight. Oh, and how convenient, ad break starting. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I'm going to do camera. Is it showcase? Fixed camera. What would give a good view? Oh. You know what? That's out to our left. No grab. Yeah, you wouldn't want to grab that part of the plane. Anyway. That's going to be the view for a little while. You'll be able to see us flying over things. I will be back very soon. I'm just going to grab a drink, go to the toilet, have a little break, and then I'll be back probably about 10 minutes before we start descent, which... Actually, honestly, 10 minutes before descent? Maybe make 5 minutes before descent. Depends on when I want to descend the plane. Or whenever we get to our top of descent. I'll be back very soon. Alright, I am back. So we've got 29 minutes. 29 minutes until estimated landing. Well, that's an estimated time until we land. Yeah. So after Mildura, we're heading to our next waypoint, which that next waypoint will be our top of descent. We're not at Mildura yet, but I think we're passing Robinvale, which we probably won't be able to see from here. Switch to the ordinary live screen. Hello, I am back. We'll switch the camera back, so we want to switch it back to that. Oh, we're going so long that the controller turned itself off. Is that by any chance the Murray? Oh, yeah, it is. That's the Murray River. That is definitely Mildura down there. With little dead spots in the river, you know, old paths that the river used to follow until, you know, it's how rivers work, I guess. Water always looks for the, I guess the quickest path, or whatever it is. I don't know what the saying is. Either way, eventually, the way the river's going there, it's going to cut through that way eventually, in many years to come. That's the Murray River. You've got New South Wales here, Victoria over here, and this is Mildura. It's a pretty large regional city. I think about 40,000 people live there. Actually, probably a little bit less than that. I think that's if I counted in like the whole area. It's about 40,000. That includes Redcliffs. All these little houses and farms out here as well. Yes, there are farms out here in the middle of the... Well, I wouldn't say this is a desert, but this is more Mallee. But I don't have any stories really here. I've been here a couple of times. Thinking. I think I do have a story. I think I sent a video in the Discord server of the road rage incident with the motorcycle and a P-plate driver in a car, and how he hops on. Like, you know, so it starts off with, I guess the P-plater cut him off, and he got mad. You know, it happens. Shit happens. If you're on a bike, you're less likely to be seen. Well, doesn't really justify it. You got to be more careful, you know. But it's an accident. You know, the motorcyclist didn't have to react the way he did, but he did. So he gets angry, cuts in front of him, slams on the brakes. I think he actually ends up hitting him. I can't quite remember because it was a little while ago, but I do remember this. The motorcyclist jumps up onto the bonnet of the car and yells at him to take him to the police station, which he does. He rides the bonnet of the car all the way to the police station, and I can see the road that it happened on. That big long main road that goes through the center of the town, that's the road it happened on. I mean, the road network in Mildura is actually pretty decent. Like, it's not that hard to get around. So, that's something at least. But now we are flying over my home state of Victoria. I'm not a big fan of this state, but I live here anyway because everything I know is here. It's not the worst place to live in the world, but, you know, compared to the other states in this country, I mean, it's not the best. I think I'd probably prefer to live in Tasmania. I've just insulted everyone that actually loves the state. No, I don't think I would want to live in Tasmania. I don't think there's much else. Actually, right there, this is where the visible state line is between Victoria and South Australia. Over there, South Australia, here, Victoria. Because obviously you can't have a property that's in two states, so that's basically everyone's property line, like, that lives, you know, alongside the state line. There's a little town down there. I don't know what that is, though. Who would want to live there, though? That's, like, nothing there. But yeah, this looks a lot like desert. Now, after Mildura, which we can still see back there, there's the A79 highway, Calder Highway. It sort of ends there, but it also turns into Silver City Highway, which is the B79, so it's basically the same highway, just in a different state. It's 3 hours of nothing. 3 hours of absolutely nothing. Just highway. But if you want to drive from Mildura to Broken Hill, that's how you get there. And they're both, you know, pretty large cities. So you'd probably see a few people on that highway. I've never done the drive myself, but yeah. You'd probably see a few people on that highway. So it's not like it's going to be completely empty, but there's just nothing. So you'd want to fill up your tank completely before leaving Mildura. Now, what's next on our list? Or on our flight plan? I mean, I think we got Renmark. Do we? No, we're not flying over that. There's a few towns out that way, but yeah, not flying over that. So we're flying over a lot of areas that I haven't been to. Ah, well. Not too far from our descent. So we might start descending a bit earlier than that waypoint. I'll see. Because I gotta remember, you know, it's not that far of a drive normally from Mildura to Adelaide. It's only a few hour drive. Well, once you cross over the state line, it's about 3 hours, probably even less. But even then, that's not like a full direct line. So we're flying pretty much directly into Adelaide. And obviously flying's quicker than driving. You know, we're going hundreds of kilometers per hour. I'm thinking we are probably going to start descent very soon. But we'll see. We'll see. Turn the music up a little bit. What to do? I'll keep an eye on the map, but yeah, I won't descend as of yet. Still a bit early to descend. What's our distance to that waypoint though? 53 nautical miles. Okay, that's not too bad. Is that an estimate of 4 minutes to get there? For that distance? Yeah, I think my decision on descending a bit earlier is probably a good idea. Though we will be slowing down as we descend, so... yeah. So we are coming in a bit earlier than I thought. Maybe we've got a tailwind or something. Because we are going to be landing and arriving a lot sooner than what the estimate arrival time is. want to turn all that off. Let's check it again. What do we got? Updating. There we go, updated. I think we should start descent. Better be said, sorry, I don't want to miss the airport. Yeah, start descent. Start slowly descending down. Have we crossed over? Oh, we actually are about to cross over into South Australia. Just sending down. Be sort of a slower descent. Oh, yeah. Let's probably increase that.
Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of as we prepare.
Maybe that's actually our. Hold on.
We ask that you remain seated till the aircraft arrives safely at the gate. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
Top descent. It's that, isn't it? No, I think that is our top descent, just right after it, but... Maybe we are descending a bit early. Remember, as I said at the beginning of the stream, I am not a commercial pilot. I don't know everything on an aircraft. I'm not a hardcore flight simmer either, so I don't know absolutely everything. I know the basics to get the plane up in the air, and then to the destination and land it. Now, me landing. Will I be able to land this smooth? It's probably going to be a bit more of a rough landing because we are going to be landing at a shorter runway. But we'll see. And keep checking the map, making sure that we are descending at a steady pace. Apparently got 116 nautical miles remaining. But also this doesn't really count in for our actual our arrival path or whatever it is. That's something we've got to consider when we do this as well. But it's ending now anyway, it's not going to be the end of the world. I didn't think it'd be like a full 2 hours of flying, really. I mean, all these major cities are not far away from each other. I think we're going to be going over like the hills of, you know, the Adelaide hills. We'll see. Yeah, it's something to look at on the way into Adelaide. Set line back there. Oh, what are we flying over? What's that town? Is that Loxton? That's a decent sized town. I guess. Oh, that is the Murray River. It does go through South Australia as well. Oh yeah, you've got a few towns along the river. I guess having a town along the Murray River is, you know, pretty popular. There's a crap ton of towns that actually go along the Murray River. I guess it's more, you know, a tourist thing. You know, caravan is more likely. You know, you got the caravan parks, you know, near the river or on the river, pretty much. And I guess you could probably go fishing on it, maybe. I don't know. I'm not someone that does fishing. Actually, yeah, you can. I've seen fishing signs on some areas of the Murray. I guess it just depends on where exactly you are, though. Estimated arrival is currently 6:01. It is right now 5:30. I think we're going to arrive a lot sooner. I think. I've noticed that the estimated arrival time is generally not always accurate on this. We'll increase that. Because why not? Probably wasn't supposed to increase it. Increase our speed. Well, if we increase our speed, we get there sooner. Oh, turning. So I might set that back down to 40. We're going to cross over the Murray. Oh yeah, we are. So we started descent about there. We got to there. That's 10,000 feet. Maybe it'd be about there. You get to okay, yeah, we'll continue descending. Go down to 180. Same descent speed. I mean, the Volanta map is actually pretty helpful when it comes to landing sometimes. Like if SimBrief gives me a dodgy, something dodgy, you know, when it comes to, was it top of the descent? Yeah, sometimes I have to make a proper estimate. I have to make my own estimate. We've got 79 nautical miles remaining. What's this one? This is telling me, oh, actually, no, our next waypoint on here is the airport. But that's going to be inaccurate to Volanta because of our actual path into the runway is going to be different. The path on Volanta is a direct path to the airport, so we're going to be heading off of that path. Now, pretty much. Flying over anything interesting? No, just nothingness. That is basically South Australia. And nothing out here. Crop circles. But that's basically it. I haven't been out this side of South Australia before. I've got nothing to say about it, really. There's a few dirt roads down there. All I can say is, ooh, that's the Murray River. I know that river. Because it's one of the biggest rivers in the country, because, yeah, it's all the way through there. It's a very long river. Is that the ocean I see? Okay, yeah, we are definitely getting closer to Adelaide. Because, yeah, that's the ocean out there. Murray Bridge is going to be somewhere out there. The Southeast Freeway. Was the Southeastern Freeway? It's probably gonna be out there somewhere. Adelaide's there. Ish. Around there-ish. Can't really see it as of yet, but there, that's ocean. Tail and Bend, and then you got the West Dukes Highway, goes into Victoria, out that way. Yeah, you can see a couple like small towns. I think that's a small town down there. Maybe it's just farms. From a distance, yeah, you can't really see much. There'll be a few houses, but yeah, it'd be probably a big farm. There isn't actually that many farms out here, because it would be hard to get. You see the odd farm every now and then, yeah, like down there. But it'd be hard to get actual proper, good land to be able to farm on. Flying over the Murray again. Flown over like multiple times. Oh, actually, it looks like we're going to be like right on 20% fuel when we get there, so it'll be right, like pretty much like right borderline at our minimum weight or minimum amount of fuel, or maximum, actually no, maximum amount of fuel, I should say, to land. Minimum amount of fuel is probably like 1%. We could land a plane on 1% of fuel. Like that's, as long as we don't hit 0%, and we're all good. I wonder what that town is over there. Might be one I've been to. What is it? Manum. Shout out to Manum. I don't know what's there. No clue. But we're turning again, are we? Or is the plane just been... Oh, no. We've reached our... the altitude I set. Engines are revving back up. I think I can sort of see Adelaide. Alright, we're going to go down to 10,000. And we'll just see. I can increase the descent, decrease it if need be. Yeah, we are getting pretty close to Adelaide now. If I get this descent perfect, like this descent was pretty much an estimate from me. No proper tools or anything. If I get it perfect, I'm gonna be very happy. Because whenever I do like a proper estimate myself, I never get it right. And to be honest, I probably haven't. But we'll see. At the moment, it seems alright because we just got Adelaide over in the distance there. We'll see. Lifetime? No, this is not lifetime. I did not want to fly in the middle of the night. At the moment, it is in Adelaide, 5:09. Oh, now 5:10 in the morning. It'd be very dark there. So I didn't want to do a night flight because we would have been leaving at like 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning at Sydney. So this is currently about 11 o'clock in the morning. I've just set the time to 11 o'clock. So we had a nice day flight, so we could see the towns and see everything, see the scenery. Small town down there. We might want to descend a little faster, I think. Just a little bit faster. Not too much faster. To be honest, like Jetstar, they descend very quick. Yeah. Like, what's that German airline? Lufthansa, whatever you, how do you pronounce that German airline? Flew on them once. They made me get a, like they descended so quickly I got a headache. Like actually. Never had that happen before. Was it Lufthansa? I think that's how you pronounce it. Funnily enough, I was on an A320 Neo as well. Maybe it's just an A320 Neo thing. But that's the city centre over there. Airport's going to be over there somewhere. Still got plenty of time. Is that our... Martin, where is Adelaide? No, that's for a missed approach, I think. I'm hoping. Like I remember, no, I didn't get this descent perfect, but it's not the worst descent. But I am gonna have to slow down this plane. Slow the plane down. 250. Check that up. Speed brakes on. 3,000. If I have to, we'll do a loop. We may end up doing that though. Maybe we could turn on the lights. Don't need wing. Turn the beacon on. Seatbelt signs on. Yeah, that's about it. El Timber. I need to check ATIS. One. Okay. So what do we got? Ooh. Actually, yeah, we're going pretty much right around. I mean, it's not a ILS approach, so what are you yelling at me for? Speed brake's still out. Oh, thank you. That was actually a good alert. Because we're at the speed, but we should probably slow it down a bit more anyway. And then yeah, we'll pop the, I should pop the speed brake back out. Oh yeah, Adelaide, big place. Adelaide is a big place indeed. Set on 20. And then we're gonna go around and then into the air. Ooh. We might go out into the ocean. Decrease the descent. Just a little bit. And go out onto the ocean. Not gonna follow the path. Yeah, it's about there. Probably decrease that a bit more. Right there. Then we can slow down, going for a nice approach. I'd be a bit more, you know, hesitant to go off of our flight plan if it was actually an ILS approach. But he's not. Now, what do we got below us? Oh, it's this area. The Northern Expressway actually exists because it was only completed like a year after this game came out. Oh, no, actually, no, year before I think it was. I don't know. It's a very new motorway in Adelaide. Alright. Pop the flap and back in. We'll head out a bit further. Where's the airport actually? Oh yeah, airport's like right there. So we'll keep heading out a bit further over ocean. Nice beaches. We start slowing down a bit more. We'll slow down a bit more as we turn. Sure, yeah, we'll slow down a bit more over ocean. Might be a bit better. And need a bit speed brakes. And we'll start getting the flaps out. Might start turning it around now. Oh, yeah, get them in. Flaps out. Keep turning to the left. Come on. It's about there. See if I can get on a good angle with that, because that's our flight plan. Actually, I could probably turn the ordinary flight plan back on. That is our flight plan. We'll see. Here we go, that's about there. A little proper turn. Then down 2000. So speed down a bit more. Do I need speed brakes out? I think I am. I'm not even slowing down.
2,500.
Okay, good to know. Good. Well, I mean, we are over ocean. Right on 2,500. Alright. Get past there. Heading 115. Hey, I see the runway. We're almost there. Alright, slow that down a bit more. down. So we might want to gain control of the aircraft instead. Let's see. Actually, our heading's like a bit off. I'll take control of the aircraft. Ah! Hold on. This is a bug in the aircraft. We're turning off audio. Sound. Because now the alert, because I turned off the autopilot. Warning sounds. External view, what? Warnings. Down. I'll turn it back on later. There we go. Because even if I turn off the alert, like the alarm here, it's still doesn't still does not like it. We are not on a good angle with that runway. We'll be right. I need to slow that down just a little bit more to landing speed. Hello, Jojo. Welcome in. We are just coming into land. I am not on a good angle, but we will definitely be on a good angle by the time we land. Because this is not an ILS approach, so gotta do it perfectly. There we go. Now we're not gonna have any of the minimums. Gotta remember that. Because I've turned off the audio. But we're going to have a bit of a rough landing because this is a very short runway. I've got to get it right on the touchdown pad. Coming in a bit quick. A bit steep, but be right. Bit too steep, actually. Didn't get it on touchdown pad, but... No, abort. No, I was not gonna make that. Absolutely not. We are doing a go around. That runway is very short. Like extremely short. Alright, we'll go around. We'll just land at one of the longer runways. I mean, I guess if I had have actually touched down, if we came in at a better, rate, better, descent rate, and actually touched down on the actual pad, where you're supposed to touch down, I think we would have been able to get that. But yeah, we would have overshot that runway if I didn't. If I didn't do a go around. Can this caution stuff go away? Go away. Oh, I've got to turn off auto throttle. No more auto throttle. Because I'm controlling the throttle now. I am in control. Yeah. Start descending down again. I'm going to control the throttle from here. So maybe we don't want that. So we'll set the speed to there. And then we want to set it to there. There we go. Now the plane should be happy. Now where are we? Where is airport? So we want to get to... We're going to take the long runway. I'm not going to even try that again. Planes are idle. We'll start sending down again. Could probably start coming around soon. I just want a good run up so we don't have to do that all over again. Alright, let's turn. So I think that might be the last time I actually try and land at that runway. Well, at least for a little while. That was I'm gonna be completely honest here. I don't actually do go-arounds that often on Flight Sim. Even on the shorter runways. But that one, honestly, was a lot shorter than what I was expecting as well. I saw the length of the runway. I was like, it's short, but I don't think it's overly short. Around we go. Should start seeing the runway soon. Oh, there it is. There it is. Actually, yeah, that's a good run up. We got a good run up on that runway. Start sending slowly. This should be a much better landing. We got a much better run up. Should be able to descend pretty quickly. Because I did come in for a really steep approach on that short runway, which really is never good. That's going to be a nice approach in, and we actually are going to land it this time. I mean, my nerves are a bit more... I don't want to do a missed approach on a long runway like this. It's good weather and all that. Doing a missed approach on a runway like this is going to be just embarrassing. Though doing a missed approach in good weather in general is embarrassing. I mean, on a bit of an angle as well, but it's not, the worst thing ever. Slow down the plane a bit more. That's our landing speed. Go full flaps. And then we get landing down in a sec. Alright, time. Now this I didn't do before. Make sure that landing gear is locked into place. Locked front. Both rears locked. We are still coming in at an angle though, but we'll be right. Descend a little bit quicker. We want to keep it out of the orange for descent speed though. Yeah, we want to keep it out of that. We don't need that. That means I'm descending too quick. Though we might be coming in a bit too high at the moment. Actually, yeah, we are, because of the runway lights. Better to descend quickly now than to do it right before the runway, but we are sort of like right before the runway right now. Okay, we're right now. Back in the green. Good speed. Bit bumpy, bit bumpy. Bit of a crosswind, but we're right. It's probably why we should have been landing at the other runway, not this one. We're not going to touch down perfectly. Oh, bit bouncy, bit bouncy. We should have touched down back there, but a bit of a flutter. Whee! We might want to stay on the runway. Yeah. That was interesting. Alright, I think we're going to have to actually loop and come around. Unless there's an exit to this front. Actually, there is. Alright. Exit runway right at the end. Welcome to Adelaide. We actually made it. It's very small for the size of the city. I mean, actually, Adelaide's not too big. Yeah, it's not a massive airport. A lot of Qantas planes. We'll just take a random gate. It's not specific. I think it's just one terminal really at Adelaide. Probably 2 terminals and no specific terminals for specific airlines like at Melbourne or Sydney. And this is actually just a base airport with flight sim, so it's not like 100% perfect. And there we go, we'll just stop here. Alright, oh, the speed brakes are probably still out. Probably want to stop that. Alright, it's off. Wait, runway? Turn off. I don't remember turning them on. Don't need them on. Stays all on. So if, oh, the AP's not on. We might want to turn that on before we turn off the engines. That might be a good idea. Good, flap open, start. Alright. Wait for the APU, because I probably should have turned it on before we landed, or at least on the tax. Oh, even if I did it on taxiway, we'd still be waiting. Gotta wait for this to say available and then we're all good, which shouldn't take too long. Oh yeah, 6 o'clock. Should we get light out there? Not too much actually. But I mean, we're heading into February, so nights are getting longer. Winter soon. It should be on. AP bleed is on. We'll start turning off the engines. Turn the engines off. Actually, I left that on crank. Engines turning off. Okay. Turn the beacon off. Strobes can go off now. Not going to be using them again. Seatbelt signs off. And we'll just get the jet bridge connected. We didn't do that before, but I thought I put them away. I broke the plane. That's yeah, Jetstar not gonna be happy with me and broke the plane. Alright. Jet bridge is on. Alright, we'll get the luggage out. Alright, I think that's probably where we're gonna call it for today. Anyway. Welcome to Adelaide. Is it even an international airport? Might be. Oh, it is international. Welcome to Adelaide International Airport from Volanta. That's going to be a bit of an interesting one on my flight history. A clear go around and just landing at the other runway. Anyway, thank you for coming in and flying with, I was going to say Storm Airlines. But, we clearly flew Jetstar. Don't think we'll raid out today, will we? No. No, we won't raid out. Don't have many people in here. Not worth it. Anyway, thank you all for coming in. And I will see you all next time. Take care. Oh, actually, hold on. I should probably say, what are we doing tomorrow? Tomorrow, we got a stream for tomorrow. What are we doing? What are we doing? You should probably announce that so you guys know what we're doing tomorrow. Oh yeah, tomorrow, Friday. We got CD Road Drive for the first half of the stream. It's the longest stream tomorrow. First half of the stream is CD Road Drive, and then the second half is admin work. So long stream. So the normal stuff, CD driving, admin work, and all that. So look forward to that. Anyway, thank you all again, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.